Fantastic.
Wow. Solid block from Tibayan on that attack.
Back to Adamson. Jimenez with that back set.
The Philippine Coast Guard defense, solid blocking coming from the orange shirts. One more try.
Good net defense by the Generals.
Almodiel scoring through the blockers. Eusebio Pumalo sent up.
Set up job ni Marco. Combination play. And they're up 5-0. Lasal on the attack. Combination again.
UST ready for it. Then the drop.
And that's another successful hit coming from Camposan.
Coverage was good. But look at San Andres.
Of volleyball here on One Sports as we bring you the second match of your triple hitter here in the Spiker Serve 2019 Open Conference. We have the VNS Volleyball Club going up against Adamson University. VNS coming off a win in their previous match against EAC. However, Adamson tried to bounce back from their earlier loss against IEM. How are you doing today? Judd Sulit here with Mosh Cruz. And Mosh, well, it's going to be your second match and we expect the same action, the same excitement as the first one you covered.
Judd, a club team versus a collegiate team for our second game today. VNS, as you mentioned earlier, they started strong in this conference as well as Adamson Soaring Falcons. But VNS, they would like to maintain what they had in the first game. And Adamson Soaring Falcons would want to recover from their loss against IEM.
And you see here, it's only a single round robin when it comes to our elimination round, to our group stage. So you really need to rack up all the wins. As you can see, NCBA falling behind in that group, but both VNS and Adamson still have a chance to barge into the next round. As we take a look at now the previous matches of these two teams, we start off here on the side of Adamson. And again, like we mentioned earlier, it was a heartbreaking loss that they suffered against IEM, almost there. That fifth set even needing that extension, but Adamson just falling short.
Now, if you look at the numbers, pretty much they did good. They scored 58 attacks, 8 blocks, and 7 service aces. But what really pulled them down was their errors. They gave up 32 points, and that is really a big factor.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Mosh for VNS, it was a big, big win for them against EAC. A team that Adamson also got a close encounter with in their very first match of the Open Conference. VNS took care of business against the Generals, of course led by the duo of Merat and Utupo.
Now VNS is a totally different team now, new players that are really doing well. They improved a lot on offense and defense, but the best part is they only gave up 22 errors all throughout the game.
Yeah, definitely. And no, you're absolutely correct when you say that VNS is, they're providing a new look. Of course, lost Anthony Quaifman, but they are finding new gems in their lineup today. They will hope to get their second win of the Open Conference, but Adamson will be doing the best they can to overcome VNS.
Presenting our national officials for this match. First referee, Mr. Bob Malenab, and second referee, Mr. Rene Gaspilio. Let's now meet the starting 6 for the VNS Volleyball Club Griffins. Let's start off with the team captain, jersey number 17, Jewel Asia. At number 1, Gregory Jordan Utopo. Number 6, Jeremy Merat. Number 11, RJ Ausina. Number 16, Chris Bernard Dumago. Number 18, Jason Sarabia. With starting libero at number 22, Miguel Nasol. And head coach, Ralph Ocampo. Let's now meet the starters for the Adamson University Soaring Falcons. Let's start off with jersey number 1, Grant Carlo Alegre. At number 7, Jadwin Godoy. Number 8, Adrian Veray. Number 10, Francis Casas. Number 13, George Labang. And number 14, Joffrey Alicando. Starting libero is number 11, John Philip Nugid. Mentored by their head coach, Domingo Custodio. This is match number 29, preliminaries from Pool A. Good luck to both teams.
There you see the starting units for these two teams. Let's start off with VNS Volleyball Club Griffins. They will be spiking things off here with Merat, Ausina, Utupo, Dumago, Sarabia, Asia, their setter and team captain, and Miguel Nasol will be their starting libero. And then for the Soaring Falcons, you have Viray, Alicando, Alegre, Labang, Gudoy, Casas, and JP Nugit as their libero. These teams in search for a win that should help them in the team standings in Group A, of course. VNS so far so good in their tournament, winning that one against EAC. And they have many weapons now, Mosh. I think something that works towards the advantage of VNS as they revamp their lineup heading into this new conference is that you can see they don't rely too much on one guy anymore, which kind of was the case in some matches, them going time and time again to Koifman last conference.
We can see a lot of new players for VNS, and most especially Dumago now playing for VNS. He played for Animo in the previous conference, but now Dumago, you know, Merat. A lot of new players, also Sarabia, who can help out VNS to get wins here in this conference. Especially it is a short preliminary round. That's why they need to win all the time, all the games as much as possible.
You know, unfortunate there for RJ Ausina. He already had a good look, and that was wide open, but he committed a net touch, giving the first point to Adamson, and Utubo gets sent back. Met by the double block of Viray and Alicando rather.
If you are playing against Adamson, that is a team that guards the net very well as well. You know, you should have a variety of attacks because they can block your attacks pretty well, and hindi na mo dapat ipapabasa sa kanila kung paano kayo umatake for Adamson.
Absolutely, and you know, Adamson doing just that. Viray really got up there over the blockers. Asia. What I like about Jewel Asia is he always keeps his team steady. As a team captain, your importance in the team goes beyond the points or the sets that you're able to provide. It's really that leadership. And this is not a knock on some players, pero meron lang talaga, Mosh, na mga gifted leaders, you know, as players. There are some na ang galing-galing, but they just don't fit that mold for a team captain, and that's not something bad, di ba? May kanya-kanyang role sa mga players.
Being a leader for me is a talent as well. I mean, kaya mo siyang pag-aralan, but naturally it comes out na if you are a leader, you can carry a team. And now for Jewel Asia, better than for him because he is a setter and he distributes his sets very well.
Here's Adamson now. Alicando. He spotted that gap in the defense of VNS. Sent that ball right there.
Quick hands by Alicando. Now, the Adamson is playing fast here because they are the younger team. They are the younger players. So we would expect them to play like this. Now for VNS, I actually talked to Jewel Asia and ito yung concern niya, na mas mabilis itong players ng Adamson. Pero for them, sasabayan nila.
Absolutely. And yun nga lang for Jeremy Merat. That attack was out. He tried to go down the line. And he was their main source of points in their last win against EAC. 13 points para sa kanya. And again, we highlight yung magandang balance ngayon sa scoring ng VNS because 13 points, top scorer ka na. Because you had Greg Utopo, who also contributed 11 points. You had Jason Sarabia, also 11 points.
And you have Dumago as well with 9 points. So very much distributed yung points nila because alam ni Jewel na marami siyang attackers na pwedeng bigyan.
Osina, another error there, this time on the service. That brings us to our first technical timeout where Adamson is ahead 8-4. We did mention how quick the preliminary round is here. We have 4 pools and only the top 2 teams of each pool will advance.
And per team, you will only get to play 5 times. Now, all you have to do is win game after game because only the top 2 teams will advance in the quarterfinals. Of course, if you are the top seeded team, you will have a twice-to-beat advantage. Now, moving forward to the semifinals and final round, you will have a best-of-3 series. Pero for bronze, we will have a knockout game as well.
Viray looking to help Adamson bounce back from their previous loss. And he has been a good option for the Soaring Falcons early in this match. That's also a good serve for him. Age, however, initiating the spiker in Utopo.
Now, miscommunication in the part of Adamson Soaring Falcons. The receiver was there pero nagdalawang isip siya kung kukunin niya yung bola o hindi.
What a serve there for Merat. Kaso nakuha ng Adamson. And a net touch committed by VNS gives up a free point for the Soaring Falcons. Labang, the top scorer in their previous match. You see there, 24 points. Sarabia finding the opening, finding the gap between the blockers and the net.
Sarabia taking advantage of that mispositioning blockers from Adamson.
Itong si CB Dumago, no, he was a big contributor as well for Animo in the reinforced conference. So, in a moment that, just because we already saw what he can do in the Spikers turf, he was initially, you know, the name that popped out once we saw the roster of VNS. Now, si Dumago is now at VNS. That's going to be big for the team.
And we know that VNS is really prepared for this conference compared to the previous one. Dahil ngayon, makikita natin talagang deep na rin yung lineup ng VNS.
Absolutely. And yan nga ng 6 on the floor nila. Ang daming firepower, particularly offensively. But there they are showing that we can do it on the defensive end as well.
Solid block by VNS guarding their net from that attack from Adamson.
Now, Osina had committed 2 errors earlier, but then making up for it with that big block point. Di lulusot yung palo ni Casas. Asia, that's what he can do.
The specialty of Jewel Asia, second ball attack. Gulatan na lang. Hindi pa ready yung depensa ng Adamson.
And this is really, well, most of the time, Mosh, what we see when it's a collegiate team going up against a club team. Yes, the youth, the athleticism, maybe the speed will be favoring the collegiate team. Pero yung utak and experience, we usually see that from clubs that have been tested through time.
You know, when you are a veteran, it's not always power. You have to give a variation, you know, drop balls, off-speed attack, and pero most likely talagang bibigyan mo rin ng power para meron din kasing sindakan dito sa volleyball.
And that's not to say na walang experience to mga younger teams because a lot of them have been competing in many different tournaments. But that's also one of the reasons why these collegiate teams are competing in the Spikers turf, for that experience, for them to be able to get and send back strong attacks like those from Utupo. Ready ang depensa ni Viray. Casas targets Dumago. Asia overset at natawa na lang yung kanyang intended attacker in Greg Utupo.
Miscommunication on that part from Asia and Utupo. Kasi ang aga pumasok ni Utupo, hindi pa nasa-set ni Jewel.
This time they connect. But andoon si Nugid to get there. Another violation, this time a double contact. And that has been the source of the problems of VNS.
Sabi ko kasi mag-stick lang kayo dun sa kapasidad nyo. Tapos alanganin kasi gano'n, doon pilit i-box, doon ka lang sa sure. Mahabol tayo, hindi tayo pwedeng mag-error na mag-error. Stick lang tayo dun sa ginagawa natin. Go, magandang pasa lang ulit, tapos first attack. Pinapis na natin yung first attack natin, wala tayong babaguhin. Pag ano, sabi mo, sabi mo, if it's out of system, so you want it higher or...
Okay.
That's exactly what we expected from that timeout called by Coach Ralph Ocampo, because they already had good sequences where they were able to go on many runs, but then they committed errors that allowed Adamson to up the lead again to 4 points.
Really just giving away points to Adamson. They need to control that. And I mentioned earlier that on their first game, they only had 20 errors all throughout the game. But in this one, I think committing a lot of errors early in this first set is not a good sign for VNS.
Asia puts it in play. Alicando hindi magagawa ng paraan. Merat. That is gonna be a point for Adamson.
Good intention by Merat, but his timing was not as perfect as he expected.
Asia this time going to Utopo again, but Adamson has read the attacks of VNS very well. It's their net defense that has done so much damage. Utopo unable to break the wall, and we reach the second technical timeout of the first set with the Soaring Falcons up 16-11.
Kita nyo walang tumatapat, dalawang bola pala nakatapat sa libero kanina. Kaya gawin natin ayusin natin.
Ay, pag may pumalo, cover cover.
Compose ulit tayo sa mga ginagawa natin.
Saka, yung receive natin sa likod, pantayin natin JP first pag sa galing service, pantay kayong tatlo. Pag-receivein mo si Biray, lahat ng mag-receive.
Tingnan mo na. Maganda kaya, P.
Pantayin nyo, hindi ko, wag ka masyado lumayo. Pantayin nyo lang na ganyan yung depensa nyo. Biray.
Hey, let's go! Go!
One more look at our team standings, Mosh. You see these two teams, you can still say, successful so far. Dahil parehong winning records naman. It's a matter of who will get to the top two. And you're also looking, syempre dyan sa grupong yan, ang favorites pa rin to get one of the two spots is the Signal HD Spikers, champions of our last conference.
And I think Adamson has a good chance here in this pool. Now that they got a 2-1 standing, if they win this, 3-1 na sila. Pero itong VNS, 2-0. So, as you mentioned, malaki pa yung chance itong parehong teams na to. That's why this game is very important.
And even Signal, you know, they started their conference late. So 2-0 pa rin sila. So imagine if VNS can win this, then they would actually be tied with the Signal HD Spikers.
Now a crossing violation by Dumago on that one. He was too forwarded. Hindi na niya naiwasan na hindi mag-cross ng line.
Alejandro. Asia Going supposedly to Osina, but he gets sent back.
Solid block by Godoy on that one. Nandun na siya sa taas, iniintay na lang niya yung atake nito from VNS.
Payong na payong yung VNS that time. And once again, you know, it's been the net coverage broken down somehow by Dumago, but ball still alive for Adamson. They give up a chance ball. Asia will go to Merat. Try to go long. It's too long. Outside for VNS.
That one will sail out for Merat and no touch from the Adamson blockers.
Jeff Alicando. He served. Merat will send that one wide. Well, he was met by a bunch of blockers for Adamson. So sinubukan niya hanapin yung espasyo, but it was too narrow. It went out. Timeout again for VNS.
Atake natin, sure. Hindi umaabot eh. Dapat di tayo nag-a-adjust sa ganito. Oh. Gamay lang natin ang gamayin yung sets. Kausapin mo ng kausapin. You guys talk to each other inside. Talk about the set. Because I can see that you can't adjust. Kasi mababa, it's too low. Mababa. Tulak mo doon. May antena yung gusto nila mga foreigner natin. Kung tayo, kailangan natin magamay ito. Lumali yung lumali. Pag hindi makuha ito, makukuha hanggang dulot to. O tayo, tara. Hey, VNS!
Hirap nung mga timeout ni Coach Ralph. Kailangan niya pa i-translate, no?
And he knows what is the problem here in the side of VNS. He thinks that masyadong mababa yung sets nito ni Asia Jewel for Utopo. Kasi ang gusto ni Utopo is mataas na medyo malayo. Kaya hindi pa nila nakukuha. I think it's a matter of just communication. Kasi si Utopo hindi siya nagsasalita kung anong type ng set yung gusto niya. That's why Coach Ralph has to talk things over.
It's actually both Utopo and Merat, no? Yung sinasabi niya, there was actually one line he said, yun yung mga gusto ng mga foreigners natin. And I think that that's one thing that goes towards VNS's way. Yun nga dahil because they have advantage in these two foreigners that they have on their team. We've seen what they can do. It's a matter of them being able to bring out the talent of Merat and Utopo. Lalo na ngayon, they've fallen behind by 8 points.
Adamson is really doing well here in this game. You know, good net defense and they are attacking very well. Disregarding the blockers of VNS.
Yeah.
Na kahit mas malalaki itong VNS, hindi sila natatakot.
Mosh, sometimes, di ba parang a lack of communication, you'd think na mapapansin mo yan because you don't hear much. But you can even see it, that there's a lack of communication there for VNS. They are scrambling at this point. And it really looks like this first set is a lost cause for them. Maybe at this point, you want to get those corrections in to get yourselves ready for the second set.
They're committing a lot of unforced errors, giving away points to Adamson. Na ang ganda na nga ng nilalaro ng Adamson, pero mas binuboost pa nila because of their errors.
Through the block, that attack. Labang. He's been playing very well here in the Spikers turf.
It seems like Adamson knows what to do playing against VNS. Talagang parang pinag-aralan nila. And they know how their opponent is moving and they know how to defend it.
Merat will send it over. Chance for Adamson. And Casas puts an end to the first set. They dominate VNS 25-13.
It was all about Adamson here in this first game. They started strong, perfect attacks from them, and also the floor defense, and most especially their net defense. Talaga nabablock nila yung mga palo ng VNS. That's why this first set is all about Adamson.
Definitely, no doubt about that. Maka-recover kaya ang VNS, will find out in the second set.
Tibayan on that attack.
Back to Adamson. Jimenez with that back set.
The Philippine Coast Guard defense, solid blocking coming from the orange shirts. One more try.
Good net defense by the Generals.
Almodiel scoring through the blockers. Eusebio Pumalo sent up.
Set up job ni Marco. Combination play. And they're up 5-0. Lasal on the attack. Combination again.
USC ready for it. Then the drop.
And that's another successful hit coming from Camposan.
Coverage was good. But look at San Andres.
Spiker Surf Open Conference. Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays on One Sports. You can watch it always on Signal TV and, of course, via live stream. Set 1 summary. It was Adamson taking that one 25-13.
I won't discuss other departments anymore, but just looking at the errors of VNS, they committed 11 and just 2 from Adamson. That speaks a lot of volume for the Adamson Soaring Falcons. They were able to contain their errors, and parang mas maganda yung combination ng Adamson compared to VNS, na kung iisipin mo, eto yung VNS, yung club team, and ang collegiate team natin is Adamson. Pero looking at the numbers, parang nagbaligtad.
Absolutely. And yun nga yung mga kailangan solusyonan ng VNS. They get the first point of the second set. But then you can say it's difficult to say that it's already a good sign because they actually got the first point of the first set. They actually were off to a strong start bago nakabuelo na yung Adamson. And very unfortunate, a net touch committed by Utupo. He knew it the moment it happened.
Masyado silang magkadikit ni Merad. That's why they were out of balance on that one.
Dumago. Asia. Ang ganda ng connection niya doon. Navera. Killed it on the quick.
That was a good attack by Navera. And Adamson did not expect that kind of attack from him.
Kaya lang, Morris Navera, immediately an error at the service line. He gets replaced for now by Nasol. Alicando has been a big factor here. They try to go to the quick, and they will collect the point, talking about VNS.
Now, VNS is showing more organized volleyball compared to the first set. Nakita natin mas meron silang connection. Kasi kanina nung first set, hindi sila masyado nagkakaintindihan with regards to the types of sets from Jewel Asia. But now, I think they are more connected and they are doing well.
And they collect an ace here, their third ace of the match. Jeremy Merat is the one providing that one. Strong service for Merat, kaya lang. Another net touch committed by VNS. This time si Sarabia naman yung sumabit.
Kung mapapansin natin, maraming masyadong net touch violation itong VNS. Hindi nila nakokontrol yung kamay nila or even their bodies to touch the net.
They need to make that adjustment. Utopo, that was not over.
That was not over for Utopo. Too low for him.
Yun nga yung kailangan mahuli ni Asia. You know, how the setters, what kind of set? The height, the angle na kailangan ng mga bagong player niya. There are definitely new weapons on the side of VNS. New weapons na magagamit talaga nila as they hope to go further in this tournament. But they need to find that connection, that chemistry ASAP.
I think for me, may chemistry na si Asia and si Merat because they played in the previous conference. Now, all they need to do is a connection. Utopo, Asia, and then Dumago as well for the team to work.
Kasi pag nangyari yun, pag nahanap nila yung chemistry, then that will just make Jewel Asia's work a lot easier. Here he is going to Dumago. Viray was there. Adamson, miss hit. Merat trying to come up with something. Munti ka na rin makapuntos, but a chance ball given up for VNS. Sort of miscommunication, pero umabot pa rin, and they still get the point, courtesy of Sarabia.
His approach was for a quick attack, pero tres yung binato ni Asia. That's why he had to stop and to wait for the ball.
Well, ang napaganda naman doon, hindi rin ang in-expect din yata ng depensa ng Adamson was a quick.
Was a quick one.
I guess all of the confusion allowed Sarabia to get that point. VNS up by 1. Strong hit there for Casas.
Casas made sure that that is going off the block. Dahil dalawa yung blockers na tumulon para sa kanya, and he loaded that attack.
Well, serving now for Adamson is Gudoy. Asia, combination for Dumago.
You see, that's how Dumago plays. Kapag nabigyan mo siya ng magandang bola, lilipad at lilipad siya, and he will get a point for his team.
And that chemistry that we've been looking for on the side of VNS starting to show. CB Dumago, nagagamit na ng VNS the way they're supposed to. Another one, Dumago. Mabubuhay ba ng Adamson? Yes, they can. They send up a chance ball, though. Asia will go to Dumago again, coming out of nowhere. But there's a violation.
There was, I think, a net touch violation committed by VNS. Looking at the replay, there Dumago going
Barely.
it down.
Oo.
Sumabit, I think, yung ulo niya sa tape ng net, under that net.
Alam niya na rin, natatama siya, kaya grabe yung iwas niya. But you know, it was just a tough angle. Hinabol niya rin kasi yung bola eh.
But still, it was a good attack from Dumago.
And the rhythm now is flowing for VNS, and they will take us to our first technical timeout. They go up by 1 point, 8-7. One more look at that attack earlier mula kay Dumago. Ito yung sayang na net-touch naman, nakataas na ng kamay si Navera, celebrating that point already. Kaya nga lang the ruling was in a touch.
And a touch is a touch, and that is a violation. Pero sayang, ang ganda kasi nung combination na yun, pero hindi na niya na-control yung pag-forward niya sa net.
Unfortunate din na naunang tumama siya before he got the kill. So, yan, naging violation. Oh, so far so good pa rin naman for VNS here in the second set. Double block! Where's Navera has been a revelation here in the second set, teaming up with Merat to get that deflection.
You're seeing a different team here on the side of VNS compared in the first set. And for Adamson, nawala yung fire na binigay nila sa atin kaninang first set. Because normally, kapag na-block sila ng VNS, nababalik pa rin nila yung bola. But now here in the second set, kapag na-block sila ng VNS, nawawala na sila.
Ano nangyari, Mosh, with the net defense of Adamson that we praised so much in the first set, pero ngayon nababasag na ng VNS?
I think because of the attacks that is being activated by VNS, itong na Adamson nawawala na because they are seeing more attackers from VNS nga hindi na nila nababasa ng mabuti. Kanina kasi nung first set nababasa-basa nila si Utopo ma-attacking sa Merat, but now different players from VNS are stepping up.
And yung last point, kung saan nakakuha si Utopo, that's probably the best connection we've seen between him and Asia. We'll go to Utopo again.
Good floor defense from Adamson.
Oh, and down the line goes Alicando of Viray, that is.
You know, for Adamson, if they have a first good ball, then they can attack properly. Kasi ang dami rin namang attackers itong Adamson. Pero yun lang yung nawala sa kanila dito in the second set. But they are just down by 1, or just a few more adjustments. And I think they can get back in this game.
Ganda naman nung setup doon ni Asia for that runner from Sarabia.
We can safely say, Jot, that the connection is different now here for VNS dahil ang ganda na ng mga sets ni Asia and nakukuha na rin ni Utopo, ni Merat, and ni Sarabia yung setups nito ni Jewel.
Siguro medyo nakakapanibago lang because against EAC, VNS, they got off right from the get-go. Mainit na agad, no? And this time they kind of needed that first set to be able to gain their rhythm. They gave up that first set actually to Adamson. For Adamson naman, they actually won their first set against IEM before failing in the second and fourth set pala. Nag-alternate sila ng sets doon.
Adamson really scoring here on their net defense.
It's really night and day for the Soaring Falcons. Great performance in that department back in the first set. Nawala dito, and that attack goes too wide. Unable to connect was JJ Godoy.
May kasama na rin gigil yung palo ni Godoy. He wanted to go cross-court but it was too wide.
Steady serve for Utupo. Labang could not get that. They tried to go to a different weapon. Sarabia coming in for the kill.
Definitely a good attack by Sarabia, and the connection of VNS is really strong here in this set.
Absolutely, and they take a 3-point lead, 14-11. Tatawag muna ng timeout si Coach Doming Custodio ng Adamson.
Black tayo. Yun ang ano sa atin eh, Black. Pinapabayaan ninyo eh. Nasasanay sila, namimiyasa sila sa palo ng palo. Okay, go.
Let's go tayo.
Much simpleng-simple yung instruction ni Coach Doming, and that is to get those blocks that they were getting back in the first set because tumaas na yung kumpiyansa ng mga hitters netong VNS.
Yun yung magandang ginawa ng Adamson Soaring Falcons in the first set. Talagang guarded nila yung net nila, but we cannot see that anymore here in the second set. Yes, they attack properly, they attack well versus VNS, but their blocking is not really working out for them.
Yeah, and you know, back in the first set, parang nung hindi makabasag etong VNS nung depensa ng Adamson, that's when they kinda lost their morale as a team. Their shoulders dropped down, and you can really tell that nawawala yung confidence nila. But here in the second set, it's like the story flipped. It's now Adamson that's starting to lose their fire, but they do get a stop there. Yung drop ball ni Dumago went outside. Sarabia, nice creative hit there, going off speed. Nilaglag lang yung bola where it needed to be.
And nalito yung Adamson that making them touch the net on that one. And Jot, yun yung i-expect mo kapag you are going up against a club team. Kasi more or less, bibigyan ka nila ng variations of attack. You cannot expect them just to go powerful attacks all the time.
Absolutely. And VNS reaches 16 points now, and this is our second technical timeout of set 2.
Sana, bilisan yung paso. Pwede mo ba?
Nakatayo kayo sa likod. Isa kayo.
Let's go. Body na.
For VNS, JJ Sarabia has been huge here, especially in the second set. Things like that. May hesitation, may fake pa siya by himself, and he's been getting these points offensively and defensively for the Griffins.
Really effective sa gitna nitong court ng VNS si Sarabia. And what's good about him is he can adjust in the sets of Jewel Asia. Minsan, Tres, he does a quick one, combination play, and he is a big player. So kapag tumalon siya, talagang mapapatay niya yung bola.
Yeah, actually, that's one thing that VNS has over Adamson, yung size. It's been working towards their advantage. Lalo na nga nung nahuli nila yung chemistry, yung gusto ng isa't isa when it comes to sets, when it comes to passes. Right now in the second set, VNS flowing so fluidly. Alegre wanting to go to Casas, and Casas gets it off the block.
Casas has been doing that since the first set, na kapag may blocker siya, talagang pinapatama lang niya yung bola to get a point.
Serving now for Adamson, Royce Bello. Oh, look at that. Asia, second time that he's fooled the defense.
Really, his specialty, kapag nakita niya na hindi pa ready yung depensa ng kalaban niya, second ball and he will definitely drop that.
He has ice behind his head. How about Casas, though? Not to be denied. Great set there from Nugid. Maganda rin yung approach ni Francis Casas. Perfect hit.
Now Viray is on the floor for Adamson, and we would expect him to guard their net, katulad ng ginawa niya kanina in the first set.
Referee rules it a touch ball. So that point is going to go VNS's way. They go up by 4 points again. Dumago at the service area. Poor reception, Nugid. They will give up a chance ball and double contact there para kay Alegre. So an easy point collected by the VNS Griffins.
Very obvious double touch violation by Adamson. Pag sinet mo yung bola, once na umikot yun, definitely double touch yun.
Let's see what Adamson gets to do. It's Alicando. No, he started out strong. Medyo became a little bit silent. Looks like he's ready to come alive again, Mosh.
A good attack by him, targeting zone 6 because the defense of VNS was not ready for that. Hindi na nakagalaw itong depensa ng VNS.
Utupo using his left hand that time. And the net touch. Again, no, net touch is talaga yung common error dito sa VNS. Happened to them a lot of times in the first set. Ngayon na ulit in the second. Service for Pipoy Alegre. Oh, naibalik ng net defense of Adamson.
That's what I'm talking about, Jot. When Viray is in front, definitely he will guard the net, and that's what happened in that last series. Now, unfortunately for VNS, no coverage for them.
They were expecting a point already, and hindi ka pwedeng, you cannot lose effort. As you see here, Adamson mounting a big comeback here in the second set. They trimmed the deficit down to 1.
Okay, kailangan natin 5 points, last 5 points. Magandang receive lang ulit sa atake. Kung wala ng blocker. Tapos kasi si Greg, adjust. Sir. Go lang, kaya natin yan. Kaya natin 5 points lang yun. Kunin natin ito agad, kailangan ma-stop na natin sa...
Coach Ralph Ocampo hoping to cut the momentum of Adamson University right now. They were up quite comfortably already, but then some errors, some mishits, they allowed Adamson to climb back into this match, into the second set, that is.
And slowly, Adamson is getting their rhythm back in the second set. Slow start kasi sila. Nawala yung mga ginagawa nila in the first set. But now, itong mahabol sila sa VNS. And it is not yet too late. Hindi pa naman tapos itong first set. Pwede pa sila makapag-adjust.
That's right, and it's only a 2-point lead for VNS after Merz Navera got that point on his attack. He'll be serving now. Nugit ang kanyang tinarget. Alicando coming in for the quick.
Very nice play by Adamson Soaring Falcons, and they should do more of those kind of attack. Look at that, only one blocker up for VNS because of that quick attack.
Yun yung magandang atake ng Adamson kanina pa, yung quick nila. But nalusutan ng VNS, yung depensa ng Adamson at the net.
You know, it's really hard to get Sarabia's attack because of the power angle. Hindi precise kasi yung atake niya. So, ang hirap kunin from that zone.
Merat gives up a point for Adamson, which could hurt them. Mirai puts it in play. Asia tried to go to the quick. Napabagal ni Casas, and they go back to him. Good net defense for VNS. Labang floats it over the double block.
Labang seeing no one was there for VNS, just dropping that ball, placing that ball in that zone.
Very smart move for George Labang. Utopodo.
That's what you like about Utopo. Kapag nakuha niya yung timing ng set ni Jewel Asia, definitely he will score. But most of the time, nawawala sila sa connection, kaya nagkaka-error siya. But pag nakuha na nila yung connection na kailangan nila, Utopo and Asia, that would be deadly.
Absolutely. Kasi, you know, it's funny how we say this when naka-11 points naman si Greg Utopo in their last match. But you know that meron ka pang mapipiga from him because you see the talent in the guy. And even in the huddles nga of Coach Ralph, you know na meron pa siyang mga gustong mga corrections in how the two connect. What a rally that is, but it ends up for Adamson. And somehow, Marsh, they have tied the second set up, 23 apiece.
Labang with that cross-court attack. And yun yung spark na kailangan nitong Adamson para maka-get back sila dito sa second set. And now they are tied.
Asia, combination para kay Dumago. And the spacing of Adamson, nagkalituhan sila just because of where Dumago dropped that ball.
Smart move by Dumago, opting to just drop the ball instead of power attacks.
Casas down the line, and there were actually two VNS defenders there that hindi nag-communicate.
That is really the struggle of VNS right now. Kapag hindi nag-work yung blockers nila, the floor defense has this problem of just staring at the ball.
And we have reached an extension here in the second set. Ang bilis, Mosh, nung first set natin. 17 minutes lang yun. But obviously, the second set going longer. And the second set is still up for grabs. Will it be Adamson or VNS? Dumago covered at the net. And Asia wisely sending that long dahil nakita niya nasa harapan lahat ng manlalaro ng Adamson.
Calculated very well. Jewel Asia opting to drop that ball dun sa backline dahil alam niyang nakatingin itong Adamson sa attackers niya.
Set point for VNS. Alegre going to Casas. Met by Merat. Asia going to Dumago. Drop ball, it works. There was a gap. Dumago exposing it. VNS taking the second set.
Veteran moves really won the second set for VNS. They started strong but they let Adamson to come back. Pero binawi rin nila, you know, doing these moves, just dropping the ball and not too much powers on their attack. Yun yung nakapagpanalo sa kanila in the second set.
We're tied now, one set apiece. We bring you the third in just a bit. Take a look at the point that ended, well, the points that ended that second set. This is what gave the advantage para sa VNS. Tapos ito yung tumapos, dumago. Nakita niya yung espasyo sa pagitan ni Labang and Viray. And they were able to even things up in an extended second set.
You know, for VNS, they attacked well here in the second set, 22 points out of that. And then, pero 11 yung errors nila, and Adamson still with just 2 errors. But because ang ganda ng start ng VNS, they were able to adjust on that combination and communication early in this second set. Kahit humabol yung Adamson, nakuha pa rin nila yung second set just because nakauna na sila.
That's right, and it's a matter of who gets the better start perhaps here in third set. Because we're all even again. Back to 0 din naman ang ating score. Set count, 1 apiece. At parang the story of the first set compared to the story of the second set, complete opposites, Mosh.
Definitely, you know, Adamson, they played very well in the first set. Solid net defense from them. And yun yung nawala sa kanila on the second set. And yun naman, yung nakuha ng VNS. Now, let us see kung sino yung mag-step up dito sa third set because this is going to be crucial for Adamson and for VNS.
That fourth point here in the third set taken by Adamson. Combination. One of the rare times that VNS did not find success in that combination involving Dumago. It's a regalo and it's going to be in.
But let us commend the floor defense of Adamson in that sequence. Ang ganda ng pagkabalik nila ng dalawang bola. But of course, binigyan nila ng regalo itong VNS. Definitely, they will score out of that.
Ball lifted up by Adamson, but over easy. Merat. Oh, that's out. Miscalculated that attack.
Opting to go down the line, but overshooting that one.
I actually thought bukas yung cross-court for him. Eh. I'm not sure if what I saw was correct, but it was risky definitely to go down the line for him.
That was actually the second time that he did that, na tinarget niya yung down the line and it went outside.
Alam mo, minsan din sa player, kapag hindi mo magawa ng una, mas nanggigigil kang balikan eh.
Yes, definitely.
Kasi you wanna prove, hindi, kaya ko to. But as what was reminded earlier by Coach Ralph Ocampo, they wanna minimize the risk, especially in a close game like this. Asia, nice set there for Navera.
What you like about Asia is he can adjust really well kahit hindi good yung first balls nitong defenders niya. Makikita mo lumuluhod siya, minsan nagtatumbling na si Asia, minsan binabaluktot na niya yung katawan niya just to set up his attackers.
Really the leader of this VNS club. Adamson, they got off to a 3-1 lead but gave up back-to-back points.
An obvious mishit by Viray on that one. But knowing Viray, babawi siya dito sa next sequence.
Coach Doming Custodio na patayo na after the back-to-back points scored by VNS. Well, that stops the bleeding for Adamson. Yes, it's a service error for Merce Navera.
Now Casas is in front for Adamson. Let us see if he can make a difference here.
Asia going to Utumo. And Utumo, wow, he got extra creative that time. Almost no look.
That was an exhibition attack from Utupo. Look at that. Nakatalikod na siya.
And then they get an ace, courtesy this time of Jeremy Merat. And those two reinforcements of VNS doing some damage early in the third. Adamson gets sent back. Naiangat naman. Casas will give up a chance ball. Dumago passes to Asia, and it's Sarabia going for the kill.
Again, with that angle of attack from Sarabia, yung sinasabi ko, ang hirap kunin nun. Kasi kung tao at sa tao lang, wala talagang nakatao on that zone. And that is really being effective for Sarabia in this game.
And he made Adamson know what they were able to do. And then the response then, kasi sinigawan ni Sarabia was Bello. At on the next play, nakascore si Bello. He gave a stare at Sarabia.
Minsan gusto rin ng players yung ganyan, Jot, yung talagang nagsasagutan sila. Kasi mas na-up yung confidence nila and minsan asaran lang. Pero yun talaga yung gusto ng players.
Yeah, and you know, at the end of every match, makikita mo naman yung magkakamayan pa rin yung mga yan. And it's nothing personal. It's really for
Part
them
of
to
the
be
game.
able to pump themselves up, hype them enough for the match. Bello wiping it off of the arms of Dumago.
Single block by Dumago, but of course Bello knowing what to do right away. Pinatama lang niya and he knows na lalabas talaga yung bola.
Royce Bello waking up here in the third set. Joust there will be won by Casas and the Soaring Falcons.
Two Soaring Falcons were up there and only Asia for VNS.
Adamson tying things up again, 7 apiece. Dumago, there's that familiar drop ball. Kaya lang, nung pagpalo niya,
Miscalculated by Dumago and first referee Coach Bob saying that it was a lifting violation.
and so we reach the first technical timeout of set 3. Adamson Soaring Falcons take the lead 8-7.
Pag break wall, ibigay mo kay Jeremy. Wala, hindi niya na alam yung gagawin niya sa loob. Kasi bakit natin jump set, lamig na eh. So tayo, kailangan natin magamay yan. Paikutin mo yung set mo. VNS! Steal!
VNS, they've been playing through a brand new weapon in Greg Utupo. And boy, has he provided. Look at that one. The biggest highlight he's had so far. And alam mo kanina, he even showed us a left-handed attack. So ang daming tricks up his sleeve neto ni Greg Utupo.
And even his left-handed attack was still strong enough to get a point. And that's what we like about Utupo kasi binibigyan niya tayo ng variations of attacks. Hindi lang puro cross-court, hindi lang down the line. Kanina nga, nakatalikod pa siya nung umatake siya.
Casas, that one not over. And it goes straight out. This third set has been very close, Mosh. Walang lumalayo talaga.
Just exchanging points and errors. In the first two sets, 2 lang yung errors ng Adamson. But in this third set, I think they committed more than 2 already.
Asia. Set up Dumago. Met by the double block. Merat will send an off-speed ball. It's Dumago again initiated. And off the block, that one is out. Point collected by VNS.
You know,
Go ahead.
when Dumago attacks, he knows what to do. Kapag alam niyang solid yung blockers niya, papaluin niya ng malakas for the ball to go out. And that is why Dumago is one of the most effective attackers for his team, VNS, and even before in Animo.
For sure, you know, and he has definitely proven his wares here in the Spikers turf. A net touch on VNS, which was actually a lucky break for Adamson. They had nowhere to go already with that attack.
That was supposed to be an error for Adamson. Unfortunately, an early net touch for VNS.
They go to Viray. Cross court he goes. Even getting a touch.
Again, Viray killing the defense of VNS. And as I mentioned earlier, if Viray is in front, that is going to be deadly for Adamson. He is one of the most dependable players for Adamson.
Merat, that one was a kill already. Hit the floor bago may angat.
That was a powerful and speedy attack by Merat from the back.
However, the service of VNS is an error. We've really gone point for point here since that first technical timeout. So 11 apiece.
Kung kanina nung first and second set, malalayo yung score, tapos sumahabol na lang sila. Here in this third set, just exchanging points and errors for VNS and Adamson.
And these are the types of sets that wear players down. Kasi syempre, you wanna finish one as fast as you can, win one as fast as you can, and then focus on the next. Pero kung hahaba ng hahaba, wala abutan at aabutan ka talaga ng pagod sometimes.
Beautiful play there for Alicando. Perfect timing, speed, and power on that attack.
He really loves that quick attack, no? And excels in getting points off of those too. But Merat is also someone who excels in his own way.
Once again, killing that ball. Not the most powerful attack from Merat, but it was a speedy one, kaya hindi na nakuha ng depensa ng Adamson.
Navera serving for VNS. Targets Casas. They go to Viray, going down the line. That is out. And it's a point for VNS.
Although that was a very nice down-the-line attack by Viray, unfortunately, that one sailed out.
And this is the first back-to-back points we've had since the first technical timeout. It leads to another timeout called here by Adamson.
Nakatingin, ayaw mo dun si Coach sa magano. Oh, dalawa yan, huwag nyo nang habaan. Ha? Ipako na ninyo pag maaari dyan. Ha? Habol tayo, habol tayo. Wait,
Coach Doming animated in his huddle, really reminding his players that if they give an opportunity for VNS to score more points, palakihin pa tong 2-point lead that they're enjoying, that might be it for them dahil VNS has been excellent in taking opportunities given to them.
But for me, Adamson is doing good. It's just that some breaks of the game.
Yeah, for sure.
Konting-konti lang, like an inch, tapos lalabas yung atake nila. But they are doing good for defense-wise and attack-wise. And that will give a point to Adamson.
I agree with you. The Soaring Falcons have been doing well here in the third set, even though they are down by a single point. Pero alam mo naman ng mga coaches sometimes even if you're leading, because the thing, Mosh, is if they say good job and good job and good job, then wala nang i-improve yung players nila, di ba? There will always be something that coaches will tell you. Some corrections, minor cleaning up to do, and look at how his men responded to that huddle earlier by Coach Doming. They've scored back-to-back and have tied this third setup.
And that's what I learned about playing, Jot. When you are in the game, you would always point out the room for improvements. Wala kang maririnig sa coach na, okay, ang ginagawa nyo, ganyan, good job. Because you would want your players to improve more kahit maganda na yung ginagawa nila sa loob. And then after the game, they would mention about the things that you did good. Yun na after ng game na lang, pero during the game talagang i-mention nila kung ano yung dapat nyo pang gawin.
Hirap din mag-coach, no? Because you have to have that balance, between being critical and of course, how your players respond. Kung nagre-respond ba sila sa tough love or encouragement. Well, we weren't able to listen in to the huddle of Coach Ralph Gamboa. Or Ralph Ocampo, that is, but for sure, he was able to get something positive going his way as well. VNS able to stop the skid because they already fell behind by a point. That was 3 consecutive points that Adamson collected off of the timeout that they called.
That one went straight to the net, too low on the set and the attack.
And that brings us to another technical timeout. It's the VNS Volleyball Club Griffins reclaiming the advantage here. They go up by a single point.
Pakuhain niyo siya na isang line, clean si Greg. Pakuhain niyo siya na isang line. Yung nangyari, gutuman receive. Kaya pagkakalaman. Bia, alam mo na, mahilig sa, Adrian, mahilig kumikot ng mga to. Kung kaya mong laruin yung play, kila Chris. Jay, laro nyo na yan, yung sa harapan. Ha? Tara, tayo.
Alam na ni JJ lang.
Yan, VNS.
Neither team giving the other any big advantage here. The most that we've seen, I think the biggest advantage we saw already was Adamson with 3 points. 15-12 their lead was. But then VNS also getting back with a 4-0. Oh, sorry, back-to-back points. Kasi 14-12 kanina before VNS was able to recover the lead. Adamson immediately after the second technical timeout, tying things up with that attack mula kay Casas.
Adamson, as we mentioned earlier, they are really doing well, but they need to work on a good finish. Kasi once na nag-rally na, more or less natatapos ng VNS yung rally because bumibitaw yung Adamson agad.
You know, itong si Royce Bello has served as an unsung hero here for Adamson. Ang dami niya mga ginagawang positives. Imperial tried to set it to Utupo. Backset sana yung gusto niyang gawin, but could not connect. Tumawid yung kanyang set.
Again, VNS looking for that connection because Asia is not inside the court. Imperial setting up for his attackers. And parang nag-back to zero sila na nagkapaan sila sa set.
Bello trying to go for the drop ball. Dumago from the back line.
Good floor defense for Adamson. But again, they need to finish better. Ang ganda na ng receive ng Adamson, but the second ball was not as good to set up an attacker.
Yeah, may mga nasasayang lang talagang opportunities. And again, you know, errors will haunt you in a tight contest like this. They give up a chance ball. Imperial. Oh, an error committed by VNS. Swinerte pang Adamson. Hindi naging maganda yung set nila. Mas hindi pa naging maganda sa side ng Adamson.
Again, that connection that is missing for VNS. Nasa setup nila yung bola, pero yung queuing nila with the attacker, medyo mali. And for Adamson, that is just luck on their side.
Asia had to bend for that set, but they will get the point. As Alegre lost his footing that time. Kaya rin bumukas yung kanyang area of responsibility.
Still the same for this set, Jot, just exchanging points and errors. Wala pang nakakalamang ng mataas dito in this third set. Now a service error again committed by VNS.
Ito, Adamson goes up by 2 points. Casas. Naso na tumanggap ng kanyang serve and the patong play. Dumago goes cross-court for the kill.
Very nice combination play for Dumago. And makikita mo sa mata niya na talagang gusto niyang atakihin ng malakas yung bola.
Jewel Asia serves it up for VNS. Viray off the block.
Disregarding the blockers of VNS, Viray with that nice cross-court attack.
Naangatan niya na naman yung double block doon ni Vera and Merat. He had all the angle in the world to get that point.
An over-receive And Jewel Asia will commit an overreaching violation.
A timeout here will be called by VNS.
Gamilan natin, masyado na maraming pumapasok sa ano natin. Yung simpleng laro lang natin yun lang. Okay? Ito lang, kaya natin yan. 3 point. Pero tayo may pressure sa sarili natin.
Adamson getting closer and closer to collecting their second set win here. They're up by 3 points over VNS. Pero nakita natin throughout this third set, Mosh, whenever one team would have a run, somehow the other would counter with their own. Let's see if VNS has something in the bag here. Asia to Merat. There he is.
A very speedy attack by Merat. The defense of Adamson was not yet ready. The blockers and even the floor defense. Ang bilis ng pangyayari.
Yeah, they shook things up because kanina hindi naman ganun kabilis yung mga atake ni Jeremy Merat. Doing wonders for VNS. But they could not stop George Labang.
You know, the attackers of Adamson has this way of scoring through the hands of the blockers of VNS. Talagang nalulusutan nila yung blockers ng VNS.
Alicando with the serve. Asia going to Merat once again, but he was roofed by Viray.
Solid block by Viray. Talagang inabangan na niya yung palo ni Merat.
And you did praise Viray earlier. Set point na dito ang Adamson. You've been mentioning na si Viray yung pinaka-solid at the net for Adamson. And that will be a double touch committed by VNS. That will allow Adamson to go up 2-1. Entering the fourth set now between Adamson and VNS. The Soaring Falcons so far soaring higher here. They lead 2-1. It's been offense and defense for them. You see the man of the hour for Adamson. It's Adi Viray. Has been such a big part of them taking a 2-1 set lead.
You know, also the other contributors from Adamson, as I mentioned earlier, they had a good floor defense. Kaya nakakapag-set up sila ng attackers, but Viray was one of the most dependable players for Adamson. And looking at the numbers, Adamson was able to contain again their errors just to 5 and 10 for VNS. Yung atake nila medyo pareho lang, 12 for VNS and 11 from Adamson. But because mas matibay ngayon yung connection ng Adamson Soaring Falcons, then they got that third set na yun naman yung missing na naman sa VNS na sana nakuha na nila ng second set. Nagkaroon na sila ng connection pero nawala ulit on the third set.
Yun na nga, and that's why they'll have to come up with a better performance here in the fourth set. Oh, the sacrifice there by Alegre. Pipoy running into Coach Doming. At niyakap siya ni Coach Doming sa niya. Good hustle. Kaya lang hindi na talaga nabuhay ng Adamson yung bola.
And as a coach, you would want to see your players run up to the ball, you know, pero wag naman yung buwis buhay. Pero A for effort for Adamson on that one.
Sabi ni Coach Doming, naintindihan ko, binuwis mo yung buhay mo. Wag mo lang ibuwis yung buhay ko.
Close na close sila dun eh, no? Magkahug na sila.
But Adamson recovers in a different way. They tie the fourth set up early, 1 apiece. Merat.
Again,
Oh,
solid
it's still
block, but
alive.
the ball is still alive. Viray was not expecting that one. He was already celebrating.
You know, everyone actually stopped playing already, but Merat had the presence of mind. No whistle, and that meant it was still on. The play was still on, but you know, Adamson getting the better of that break.
Nabalik pa niya yung bola, no? Unfortunately, lifting violation called upon against VNS.
And Adi Viray just could not get that one over. Very important fourth set, Mosh. What would you think could be the determining factor for this fourth set?
You know, if Adamson would carry on what they had in the first and third set, because kanina ko pa sinasabi, maganda naman yung ginagawa ng Adamson. It's just that when they have long rallies against VNS, they couldn't finish good. Now for VNS naman, all they need to do is to connect because nahihirapan yung setter nila, which is Jewel Asia, to get the second ball. Nakikita natin, sabi ko nga kanina, tumatumbling na si Asia. You know, napapaupo na siya, napapadapa na siya just to set up the ball. Now, just one stop for VNS and to get that first ball properly para maka-atake din sila dito sa Adamson.
An exchange of service errors here. Sarabia wisely off-speed hit. It was enough to get the point.
Look at that, Jot. Yung series na yon, it was already an over-receive. Pero Asia, with his presence of mind, binaluktot pa niya yung katawan niya and he was able to set up Sarabia properly, getting a point. Unfortunately, a service error naman committed by VNS.
You have to give Asia a lot of credit because he has had to go beyond what is necessary para lang ma-lead yung kanyang team. And we're talking about that man.
Once
dumped
again, yes, doing that in this game. Kapag over-receive na, ginagawa talaga yun ni Asia, but most of the time, he would give up a set to his attackers.
Alegre. Umatong si Labang, could not kill it. Dumago sends it long. And a net touch ang nangyari for Pipoy Alegre.
Iniwas na sana niya yung kamay niya, but still the net was there. He was too close.
Bello. Alegre this time setting up. Casas going cross-court.
Perfect attack by Casas on that one. Perfect power, just the right one. Not too much power on that. Pero ang bilis ng palo niya.
Oh, minsan, no, it's not about the power. Sometimes it's about the speed of your attack. Which, you know, honestly, when I was still new to volleyball, parang I could not understand. But what does it mean when analysts say power is different from speed? But, you know, that attack earlier. And a lot of the attacks we're seeing from this match, actually, we're seeing how different those two are. But what has been costly for VNS Mosh? 3 service errors already here in the fourth set.
And I think they are doing well except for that service errors. Kasi ngayon, mas nakaka-atake sila ng mabuti. And yung Adamson, they defend well too. Pero itong VNS, very costly. As you mentioned, yung service errors nila. And just like that, they score out of attacks. They just need to be careful on that unforced errors.
8-6, the advantage for VNS as they try to even up the count here in the fourth set.
yung mga spiker.
Dalawa lang spiker.
Kaya nga eh. Alam nyo pre, pag just ball service natin, nahihirapan tayo maglakan likod na setter nila.
Oh, dalawa lang yun. Kaya
Sorry, first ball muna.
Para kumilos ka dyan sa loob ng...
Check out the next 3 matches of the VNS Volleyball Club Griffins. Late kasi sila nag-start, so they still have 3 more after this. Signal HD, a big test for them. Then they have IEM on September 26, and then October 1 will be NCBA. NCBA, of course, at this point still looking for their first win in the open conference of the Spikers turf. This is our turf, our time. Thank you for joining us on One Sports. Jut Sulit and Mosh Cruz on the call for this one. Adamson up 2-1, but VNS up in the 4th set, 8-6. This man leading the Griffins. The Griffins so far, Jewel Asia. Alegre to Alicando. Nakuha naman ng VNS. Oh, good kick there para buhayin for Nugid. Dumago. Oh, off the block. Sayang yung hustle dun ni Nugid.
A good save from Adamson, but again, VNS can finish better than them. Pag ganong mabilisan na yung takbo ng bola, VNS would really know what to do.
Asia targeting labang on that serve. Casas gets rejected. He will try again. This time, a softer touch and a double touch for Casas. Not over ang ruling ng ating first referee, and that's why that ball fell back to him. Error ang kanya na-commit.
Kaya yung ginagawa nila, wala naman. Wala sa akin. Ha? Okay, balik tayo. 1 good receive, 4 discarte. Ilan spiker mo? Dalawang spiker. Hey guys, sino mag-receive? Doon natin ibigay yung bola, ha? Pasukin mo ng harap. Pakagatin mo pag wala pumagat dito sa isa lang sumabay kay Jen. Bigay mo kay Jen.
Guys, 4 yan ha. Huwag yan,
Tagay nyo.
You heard the reminders there for the side of Adamson. What did you hear was the most important?
Adamson just going back to basics, you know, get a good first ball, set up properly, then attack. Yun lang naman yung ina-address dito ni Coach because kanina pa sila nawawala sa floor defense nila.
Let's see if they come up with something good. Alicando, kanina pa basang-basa ng VNS yung mga atake niya. And even that one from Alegre.
Dumago, tinulay yung net. Kanina nandun siya sa right side and then papunta dito. Talagang hinahabol niya yung attackers ng Adamson.
And that's the effort that you need if you're playing for survival here in the 4th set. Look at the net defense, pero that time, you know, wipes it off of the arms of the blockers. But you have to commend still the presence of the Griffins at the net. Swinerte na lang doon ang Adamson din. Merat. Send it long. Alegre. Going to Viray. That's going to be a double touch on Viray. Tumalbog ulit sa kanya yung bola after he hit it.
A very deadly blockers for VNS, Navera and Dumago. On that sequence, ang dami nilang na-blocks na palo nitong Adamson.
And that was in consecutive sequences, no? So now the pressure is on the offense of Adamson to come up with something that even then nagkaroon ng miscommunication, mistimed yung supposed connection between Alegre and Alicando.
There was a setup pero hindi na nakapag-approach yung attacker from Adamson. And off the block, they score to get another point.
Viray not allowing VNS to completely pull away. Although malaki-laki na rin itong lamang na to, 5 points. Adamson hoping they can mount a comeback. They can start here, back-to-back points, including that service ace coming from Pipoy Alegre.
Misreceived by Nasol on that one.
Another good serve for Alegre, but Navera on that quick. Nakita na naman natin the adjustment Asia had to make in order to give that perfect set.
And that was actually a good play for Navera from Asia.
Navera, not a lot from him in the Griffins' first win over EAC, but we've seen a lot from him today.
Now VNS really activating their net defense here in this fourth set, and it's really doing well for them.
Navera did not even play against EAC. Pero yun nga, a big factor today. At pinapahirapan niya ngayon yung Adamson. Alicano could not get it. Utupo, off the block.
Just through the hands of the blockers of Viray and Alegre rather. He gets a point out of that.
Kaya pa nila umabot. Pag yung basta bibigay, hayaan nyo sila, maghirap sila. Kahit na matalo kayo, basta bigay yung best ninyo. Laban kaya pa yan, nakayanan nyo ng dalawang set.
You're back with us on One Sports. Adamson, after this, only has one game remaining, and that's going to be the Signal HD Spikers on September 29. Ang bigat ng schedule ng Adamson to close out their preliminary round. They face VNS, currently undefeated, and then they face the champions of the Reinforced Conference, Signal HD.
And because maagang naglaro itong Adamson, nauuna sila ngayon sa standings. And can you imagine that just last one game for the Adamson Soaring Falcons? That's why this game is very important for them, because they want to get another win para meron silang chance sa quarterfinals.
It's gonna be a very interesting battle for the top two seeds in Group A, that's for sure. And this game could play a significant role in painting a picture kung sino nga papasok sa ating next round. Morris Navera, look at that. 9 attacks, 2 blocks, and an ace.
He's really doing well here in this game, and that is a surprise for Adamson because they did not expect Navera to perform very well here in this game.
Absolutely, and right now, you just have to love the action you're seeing from VNS, completely dominating the fourth set so far. They continue to do so. This time, Jeremy Merat providing the point.
With that cross-court attack, again, not the most powerful attack by Merat, but it was a fast attack again. Unfortunately, he commits a service error, giving a point to Adamson, and Viray now on the service line.
Viray has powered his team many times here, but they are hoping to do more, but they could not control that first ball. The attack wasn't even that strong, Mosh, but it has been the difficulty on the defensive end for Adamson here in the fourth set.
You know, with that kind of attack from Sarabia, because every time na umaatake siya, ang bilis ng bola niya. That's why even if you want to go to that spot kung saan niya papaluin, may hihirapan ka na ring humabol.
Here's a chance for Adamson to draw closer. Sarabia. They got to lift it, pero wala nang napuntahan. And you could have saved that for Adamson, actually.
Masyado akong lapitin ng bola in the past few days here in Spiker's Turf.
I promise I did try to save you from a couple of balls. Kaya lang yung reflexes ko talaga. Or kumakain yata ako ng type na yun. Baka kaya ako hindi inabutan. I am very, very sorry, Mosh. 20-12 is the lead for VNS.
That's okay. That's part of our job here. Nandito tayo, you know, in the front. And minsan gusto ko nga yun eh, yung mahawakan ko yung bola kasi namimiss ko rin yung paghahawak ng bola.
Sige, huwag ka magalala. Utusan ko, atakehin ka nila mamaya.
Huwag naman atake.
Well, now a timeout has to be called here by Adamson as VNS draws closer and closer to winning this fourth set.
Hindi naman natatapos ang ano. Ang volleyball sa set na yan, ang ganyan lang ang score. Hanggang 25 yun. Napagtsagaan nyo nga ng dalawang set, eh, ipanalo nyo yun eh. Oh.
Tagayin nyo lang isa-isa. Kaya yan. Digitan nyo isa-isa.
Tara, wala kasing magtatamlay sa atin. No?
Kaya nyo pa yan. Sige, magtrabaho lang kayo. Magtrabaho lang kayo.
Basic lang nyo sa harap dyan. Atake.
Adamson in this fourth set looks entirely different from how they did. At ang ganda ng reminder ni Coach Doming, trinabaho na natin to win 2 sets. Hindi pa ba natin tratrabahuin to get that one last to get the win?
Really, it's a different Adamson Soaring Falcons we are seeing here in this fourth set. You know, no communication, no connection as well. And hinahayaan nila na mamatay yung bola from the attacks of VNS. But on that one, bumawi sila. That was a good cross-court attack.
Because those were the attacks, Mosh, that we saw in the earlier parts of this match that we stopped seeing here in the fourth set. Here's VNS, though, putting some pressure. Dumago, that one is out. No touch, says the referees.
Masyado kasing mataas yung bola for Dumago. Nakalipad na siya and hinabol lang niya yung atake.
Bendio. Put it up. A shot. There was a big gap.
And when VNS does that, hindi na talaga nakakaporma yung depensa ng Adamson. Quick plays from Asia.
Doon talaga sila nagkaroon ng success. Even in the second set when they won. Remember, those were quick plays with Sarabia. Here's Asia. This time going to a different option, initiating Matthew Miguel. The lefty in Miguel. A great decision for Asia, understanding which weapon to use. VNS up by 9. What a hit there for Casas. Unfortunately, nagawan pa rin ng paraan ng VNS. Not on the second try.
The first time he was not able to kill that ball, but on the second time he made sure that his attack is going on the floor.
8-point lead for VNS. Almost an ace na habol ni Dumago. They give up a chance ball. Lugid passes to Alegre, and it will be Veray trying to go for it, but he was roofed.
Solid block from VNS, and Dumago and Navarra was there. Hinihintay na lang nila yung palo ng Adamson.
VNS at set point, chance to bring us to a 5th. And they do, courtesy of Morris Tavera. And we will reach a 5th set here. Something that Mosh and I have been accustomed to. Adamson falling behind here in the 4th set, 25-15. A lot of their attacks read well by VNS, and the Griffins were just ready to capitalize at every opportunity possible. 5th set coming your way in just a bit. VNS, what a comeback here. And they were powered by someone we didn't see in their first game against EAC, Merz Navera. So far, with 14 points, big contributions, Mosh. More than kasi yung stats niya, it's been the timing of kailan niya na iambag yung mga binigay niya for his team. And now let's take a look at the numbers from that fourth set.
You know, really, something happened between VNS and Adamson in the fourth set. Really a flip of what happened in the third set. 13 attacks from VNS, 5 blocks, 1 ace, 6 errors. And really yung blocking ng VNS, once they activated it, nawala na sa momentum yung Adamson. And that is really a big factor for VNS. Now, if they carry on doing the solid net defense for VNS, they will definitely get this game. And now for Adamson, yun din yung magandang ginawa nila kanina in the first set, na they guarded their net very well. So I think kung sino ang mas maganda yung sa blocking department dito in the fifth set, that team will definitely get that W.
And it's gonna be a battle for sure. At wala nang, hindi ka na pwedeng slow start pag fifth set. Remember, this is only up to 15 points.
And
So,
yun yung exciting sa fifth setter game kasi unahan talaga.
Right.
Because wala ka ng chance na 25 points pa. It's just up to 15 points. And once you get that, you know, first 5 points, that will be a good sign for your team.
And Adamson showing that intensity to begin this fifth set, something we barely saw from them in that fourth one. Merat tried to answer back. Good floor coverage for Adamson. They sent a chance ball though. Combination Dumago has been successful in that, not this time. Nasol set up Merat. Viray, another chance ball given up by Adamson. They go to Dumago, and Dumago wisely spotting that open area.
Just softly putting that ball over. Ang ganda nung rally na yon, you know, powerful attacks. Pero on that one, Dumago, just a veteran move from him.
Dumago will be in the back line now. He served for VNS. And masyadong mahaba yung palo. That's gonna be out.
And no touch from the blockers of VNS. Now another point for VNS. We can feel the energy of Adamson and VNS here in this fifth set. You know, the eagerness to get a point. Mararamdaman mo dito sa Paco Arena. It's just a matter of presence of mind na kung ano yung dapat mong gawin once your opponent attacks.
Absolutely. And right now for VNS and Adamson, this is something we saw back in the third set na ayaw maghiwalay ng score in the early parts. And this is exactly what we expect here in the fifth set. Both teams have come this far. Labang. And that is miscommunication between Navera and Utupo. Adamson taking a 1-point lead. This is the second 5-setter of this triple header. And a net touch there on that set. So now it's a 2-point lead for Adamson.
Again, an over-receive from the defenders of VNS, resulting Asia to get close to the net.
Utupo, naiangat ng Adamson.
That was a powerful attack.
Pero masyadong malakas yung atake ni Labang. Now I keep thinking, Mosh, ano ba yung common denominator between the first 5-set match and the second 5-set match today?
I think it's just the transfer of momentum. Kasi yung every time na may mananalo, and the next set, nalilipat yung momentum nila. And that's because every team here in Spikers Turf, they want to win. So hindi talaga sila nagpapatalo ng basta-basta. Kung mapapansin natin na every game here, 4-setter game, 5-setter game, very rare yung 3 sets lang na nanalo yung team dito sa Spikers Turf.
That was a big hit by Sarabia. Yeah, you're right. Yun yung isang common denominator. Yung isa, ikaw.
that is today. Kanina, 5-setter din kami ni Chiki in the first game.
Well, I wouldn't even be surprised kung magkaroon ng extension dito with how close these two teams have been. Pero that time, look at that. Eh, pag ang sumalubong ba naman sa atake mo are Sarabia and Merat, that lunar eclipse yun. You barely see any daylight anymore.
Ang laki ng coverage kasi ng blocking nito ni Sarabia and Merat. And isama mo pa si Utupo, who was in front as well.
That is a scary front line that VNS is able to enjoy, but that will have to shake up now as Adamson gets one through Viray.
Viray not giving up on their plays here for Adamson.
He tells us, ito ba yung sinasabi nyong solid net defense? Let me break it down.
Nalusutan lang niya on his attack.
Merat looking to answer what the change of attack there. The approach was for a strong one, then decided to go with an off-speed at naloko niya yung depensa doon.
Casas was actually waiting for a powerful attack from Merat, but the blocker slowed down that attack. Now, we are seeing more energy here from VNS and Adamson, even trash talking, but of course that is just a friendly trash talk. It's part of the game.
VNS now has taken a 2-point lead. Labang, that one is in.
Just on the line for Labang.
Adamson needed that one badly. They can tie things up here in the 5th set with this one.
You can see that Adamson is fighting very quietly pero nakakakuha pa rin sila ng score. And lumalaban sila on the net defense as well as their floor defense. But on that play, wala na silang nagawa sa atake ng VNS.
Well, JJ Sarabia has been huge for his team. Remember, even when they were down 1-0, it was him who was initialized in the 2nd set. He kind of woke up his team with all his quick attacks and nice connections with his setter, Jewel Asia. And now, siya na naman ang pinuntahan. So he has been the provider. He's trying to complete and finish the job here. 2-point advantage for VNS. Adamson, Labang, wipes it off the block. Nassel was there. Dumago with a hit. CB Dumago.
Dumago making sure to get a point for VNS. And you can see the fire on his face.
He's ready to close this match up. But Adamson wanting to come back. They call a timeout.
Paano ka makakuha ng block? Let's go, sipag muna tayo ulit. Go, 1, 2, 3, simba. Go!
Reception. And that first ball has been one of the problematic areas for Adamson here in the 5th set. And that's exactly what they talked about in that huddle. Gusto nilang solusyonan because, well, it's just the basics of it. You do not get to attack kung hindi mo makuha yung first ball.
Definitely, and it is not yet over for Adamson, especially this kind of frontliners that they have. They have Alegre in front as well as Godoy. Now, these players can still do a lot of things for Adamson.
Asia, they go to Dumago. Had to go cross court. Duguid was there. Casas. Oh, and wow, a lucky break for Adamson. All Migs Nassel wanted to do was send that over.
That was actually a good save. Unfortunately, bad decision making in the end.
Dito nag-play out as you see Dumago coming in for the kill again. You know, you have to... I know you want to be able to put some pressure on the opponents, but that balance between that and minimizing risk. Well, every error, of course, counts as a point. Wow, Casas exposing that gap.
Casas just taking advantage of that gap between the blockers of VNS and the net. So kapag ganun, kaya mong idiin yung bola mo, ididiin mo na rin. Kasi more or less, lulusot yan or talaga mapupunta sa harapan ng blockers.
Oh, nice play there. Asia. Parang reverse combination eh. No? Yung combination yung naging decoy. They actually came in for that quick.
And that is what really is doing good for VNS and what's killing Adamson. We can see more combination plays from VNS compared to what is Adamson is doing. Kasi ngayon, Adamson talagang open lang sila because nahihirapan sila kumuha ng first ball.
And the Soaring Falcons, that being said, they've become a little bit predictable. Kaya rin gumanda yung net defense nitong VNS. Nababasa na nila yung gustong puntahan. And yet again, Mosh, that first ball, that reception, the problem for Adamson as VNS moves within 2 points of taking a big win here.
Dalawang papunta sa kailangan nila. Dalawang punta. Ha? Dalawang puntos pa. Ha? Tsagaan na lang natin. Tsagaan na lang natin. Ha? Okay, go.
What Coach Doming Custodio wants his Soaring Falcons to do is make VNS bleed for all the points they need.
It's because lumaban sila ng 4 sets and now that they are in the 5th set, you know, etong Adamson, alam nating meron silang ibubuga. They can fight here, they can fight for a place here in Spikers Turf. Now, ang gusto lang naman ng coaching staff ng Adamson is huwag silang bumitaw.
Magawa nga kaya nila. Can they complete this comeback? Casas! Triple block! Sending that boomerang back.
Solid net defense for VNS and that is really the big factor for the team doing wonders for VNS. Kanina pa nila nabablock itong atake ng Adamson.
Match point now for VNS. Asia serving. Adamson looking to protect it. Casas. Ball lifted up. Asia going to Domago. CB rejected.
And that time, solid blocking from Adamson and no coverage for VNS because they were expecting a dead ball. I'm sorry, they were expecting that ball to be killed by Domago.
Zero margin for error here for Adamson. Asia, and that is a lifting violation.
That is actually an illegal move made by Navera. We got a little excited on that one.
Bumukas eh, nakita niya and got over eager. The boy pang Adamson. But not anymore. That is how you do not want to go down, Mosh. A service error. But Adamson fought with everything they had. VNS just getting the better of them today.
Adamson fought very well. Unfortunately, they committed a lot of unforced errors. And you know, the veteran mentality of VNS really stood up in this game. Kung kailan kailangan nilang umatake, kung kailan kailangan sila sumuscore, doon nila nagagawa.
VNS, the Griffins take this one in 5 sets. And that 5th set was a thriller taken by the Griffins, 15-11. We'll be right back to discuss more about this game. The VNS Griffins stay undefeated in the open conference of the Spikers turf as they take down another opponent here in Adamson University. And our best player, JJ Sarabia, with a strong performance. JJ, sa'yo pumunta yung team nung parang bumababa na energy. Adamson took the first set and wanted to go up 2 sets to none. But Jewel, Asia, and you guys connected to wake your team up.
Yeah. Kasi nung first set talaga, medyo nahirapan kami mag-answer kasi for the past few weeks wala kaming training kasi yung iba out of the country and then yung iba may work. So sabi namin talaga, yung first set gawin natin practice, then bawi tayo. Kung matalo tayo sa first set, bawi tayo sa second set. So yun.
And then, you guys are undefeated, but yung next game nyo is a big one against Signal HD. Alam naman natin, champions of the last conference. But you guys look much better than you did nung reinforced conference. How important itong panalo to bring some positive momentum kalaban ng Signal?
Yeah. Yung game namin today, so ito yung one of our most important game kasi yung next game talaga namin is defending champion. So talagang need namin mag-double time, kung kaya mag-triple time pa para kung di man kami manalo, at least makalaban kami maganda sa Signal. Kasi alam naman natin sobrang magaling yung team na Signal ngayon. Especially ngayon, marami silang mga additional players. So,
yeah, well, I'm sure kailangan nyo ng suporta. So bati ka na, tsaka imbitahan mo na lahat na sumuporta sa susunod ng mga laban.
Unang-una sa lahat, maraming salamat sa mga sumusuporta sa VNS dito sa Spikers Turf. Then sa mga sponsor namin, especially sa Option Studios. So, and yung mga nanonood niya, friends and family ko, especially sa Ganuelas family, sa girlfriend ko kay Kim. Thank you so much sa mga friends ko sa Kabatbaran, Cagayan, and syempre sa mother ko na nasa Jensen, and mga friends ko dyan, kay Elvin Garden na nag-aalaga ng mga manok ko. Pre, binati na kita ngayon. Thank you.
Congratulations, JJ. Tingnan natin kung ano mga naging highlights dito sa panalo ng VNS.
Definitely, volleyball never stops for VNS Volleyball Club as they got this win against Adamson Soaring Falcons in 5 sets. VNS started really slow in this game, just scoring 13 points. You know, they did not have that connection and communication that they were supposed to have. Adamson scoring 25 in the first set. But on the second set, you know, VNS had their way of recovering. They had better combination, better attacks, and napunta sa kanila yung magandang rhythm ng Adamson.
That's right, Mosh. And palitan talaga ng palitan these two teams. It was incredible volleyball action, actually, because neither team allowing each other to let up. Well, Adamson kind of dictated that first set. In the fourth set, doon talaga nakalayo yung VNS. But apart from those times, it was a lot of exchanges, shaking things up. And you see, Alicando was also a main option as well as Viray for Adamson University. Dito yata tayo sa third set yung nakita natin talaga nagsimula yung trash talk when the set count was even 1 apiece. They were trying to intimidate their opponents already.
Because in this game, palitan sila ng set count. You know, first set Adamson, second set VNS, third Adamson again, and the last 2 sets went to VNS way. Because of their activated net defense, dun na sila nakakita ng advantage point itong VNS na naboblock nila ng solid yung attackers ng Adamson.
And that was one of the glorious moments of JJ Sarabia in this match. As you see the numbers here, what pops out for you?
Look at the attacks. They had 62 talking about VNS, but the errors they gave up 41 points to Adamson, and wow. Adamson kahit 19 points lang yung nangyari sa kanila na errors, but they need to, you know, work out their attacks kasi dun sila nawala, having a hard time to get the first ball and then set up. Now, definitely in this game, yun yung lacking sa kanila.
Absolutely. You know, it's incredible for VNS to still escape with a win, even if they committed 41 errors. Well, that will do it for the second match of our triple header. We have one more coming up. Easy Trip Road Spikers going up against the Philippine Air Force. Stick around for that one. That will do it for my partner, Mosh Cruz, and myself, Jud Sulit. Maraming salamat po sa inyong pagtutok sa Spikers Turf. Stay tuned. One more game coming up.